This is my Tennessee walking horse. It's White Lightning. Eric's on him in there. And Lightning, I think, is 4 years old. He's a really nice walking horse. He's going to be gray. He'll get dapple gray, and then eventually over time goes on, he'll turn white. We start our horses in either rope halters like he has there with those are yacht lines. They call them we call them Macatis. We either do this kind of setup, or we do the traditional hackamore, which is the Bozal and the horsehair Macati reins. This is how we usually start them off. And what he's doing with them right now in here is Lightning wants to go into the center, okay? And so if you notice, Eric's really not really steering him or anything. So when he goes back in that center area, he just puts pressure on him. And pressure could be anything. Pressure could be physical pressure, it could be sound, it could be speed of your movements, it could be lots of different things, okay? So we use it as a general term, but you'll see when Eric's just smacking his leg, and then Lightning is coming out and walking around here. And so the last thing that Eric worked with, I think yesterday, was he was in the center here and doing teaching him how to side pass, working on the side pass, okay? And a lot of times the horse will go, oh, when things get a little challenging for him mentally or physically, they'll actually sometimes go and go back to something like what we call like a tried and true, something that they know. His registered, like I said, all my walking horses are purebred, registered Tennessee walking horses. And my website is walkinghorses.com. My YouTube channel is easy to remember. It's Walking Horses, along with my Facebook page, same thing. And my prefix for my stable here is Eds, and that's why you'll see a lot of the horses we produce, when I name them, they're Eds something. That's why that's like that. Anyhow, we organize all their, when we record them, videos and whatnot, we put it in their playlist, which is their registered name. So he is Ed's White Lightning. And so you can go to our YouTube channel and look at the playlist, and you can watch his progress as we take him through this. He's available now if you're interested. He's a really nice horse. He's getting the foundation put on him. And best thing to do is to reach out to me by text or phone or something, and all my contact information is on my website or our YouTube channel and Facebook page, all that, everything's on there. So you'll be able to watch him as he progresses. And you can see how light Eric was like that. We always say you can only be as light as what you start with, and so we always start light. Now you might escalate it into something if they are just saying no, or they're doing something dangerous, you know. So he's back over the log there, and what he'll do with this is he'll either side pass him to the left or the right. See, so what he's doing there is with his left leg, he's opening the door, so to speak. And when the horse wants to go forward, he just lift up on the reins. He's just checking him to keep him from going forward. Like, that's not the answer, okay? And then he opens the door, so to speak, with his right leg there, and his left leg and his left seat bone is deeper. His left seat bone's deeper in the saddle, so it's kind of cocked. And then his left leg, his calf is putting a little bit of pressure, and then he'll release it the minute he takes a step. See, so you kind of get that posture. And then he just pets him, and we start off something small like that. It's really good to break it down and let him learn. And he could be, I I've had people ask me, can you ride them in a hackamore, you know, stuff like that. And they want to, a lot of times they want to know if their whole life in it. And you probably could. There's things you probably couldn't get to happen as easily or as polished in something like this, like the rope halter setup we have here. It's not as refined. Like, there's different things that it's hard. It'd just be harder for the horse to figure out what you want. But what we don't do is we don't usually the roughest we're going to be with a horse and yanking and pulling and stuff like that. And I know there's probably some people out there thinking that if you have to yank and pull, then you're doing something wrong. Well, things happen, you know. Squirrels jump out, they step on turkeys, you flush deer, all sorts of things happen. and a lot of your petting them and telling them how good they are goes out the window, okay? And I'm not saying you don't do that. We do that. We love our horses. You can see he's petting him right there. But I really recommend that you stress your horses out to some degree. And what we do is, like, I call it like a controlled stress, like a controlled environment where we can put them under stress and we kind of can help them find the answer, and then also realize that we're never going to hurt them and we're never going to put them in a spot so they can trust you. Horses are really, really smart, and they learn this stuff. You can see, how many times has he been ridden? He's only been ridden like 5-6 times, huh? Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, this is why I say we don't drill our horses. We just don't find it necessary. They don't forget, and if you set it right in the beginning, we can pull them right out of the field and they're going to know this stuff. They're just going to know. I mean, they're really good. See, so what he's doing now is letting them soak it in. You know, you want to resist every urge to ask for another step. We call it getting greedy. Eric always says, don't get greedy. So he's not getting greedy here. So he's going to wait. And this way the horse can go, well, that really got me some rest there. You know, I got to mentally relax and I could stand there, and that was good. And so then now what is he doing? Look, he has the other leg. He has his left leg opening the door. Well, what did Lightning do? He went to his Lightning's right, because that's what he thought, because that's what he had just been doing. But you see, Eric had opened that door, and then he just kept the leg pressure. I didn't, you know, and see where he lifted up that rein there? That's the cue for our horses to disengage their hind end. And it also can be built into like a stop, too. They'll learn to stop up there. So see how nice and easy? This is gonna be a really nice horse if this is something that you're looking for. Really, really good boy. He's such a sweet. All my horses are real gentle, real gentle. Look at see. He's conscious of where that log is. That's the purpose of these logs. It helps the horse out. They don't want to hit them with their feet. And so it gives you a barrier to work with and get to be more precise. And then they all could also think about it. And then it's also good for when you take them out in nature and you have to cross logs and different stuff and obstacles and whatnot. They're kind of used to some of that. Now Eric's just sitting there. See, he's like a sack of potatoes. He's just off. He's telling him he's off. The reins are on his neck, on his withers. And Eric can move around a little bit here and switch around and move in the saddle. See, and the horse kind of learns that, no, that's all part of when I'm off, standing there like that, you know, like, see? And this is what you want. You don't want a horse that when you hop on him, it's already taken off. So we work a lot on that. That's why you'll see we'll do a lot of breaks and everything. But he's muscling up nicely now. He's getting really nice. How tall is he, Eric, you think? Is he 15?
Maybe 15.
Maybe 15, yeah. Something like that. So he'll probably put another 2 inches on, maybe. Maybe 3, depending, you know, but probably 2. So he'll probably get to be 15.3, 15.2, which I like. It's a nice size horse, unless you're real tall. So that's what we do here. Like this right now is, it's April, and April 3rd, 2025. And when I do these videos, I like to not edit them and polish them up. Now, some people have a hard time with that and say, you know, they fixate on the horse misstepping or something like that. You need to get over it, you know. That's all I can say. Just get over it. If that's like you, just get over it. You can find some other channel that polishes up the stuff if you want to believe a fairy tale, but I'd rather show you what the horses actually do. And if you came out here right now, we could, depending on your riding level, and if you were calm, we could put you on him, and we could give you a lesson, and you could see what he's like, you know. And Eric is calm, you know. Eric's not worried at all, and so that translates to the horse. And you'll see some of my videos too, like one of the recent ones I did with Junior. I think it posts next week, Wednesday or something. When you watch that one, you'll see he's really calm and relaxed. This is what we call, Pat Puckett calls this the disciplined ride here. I kind of refer to it as the classroom. You know, it's the classroom, like where they know that they're gonna learn some stuff in here when they come in here. And I mean, depending on, a lot of times it's this kind of stuff. I like this kind of stuff. It's kind of fun. It's kind of slow paced, and when you're done, the horse is happy and relaxed, and it's learned something. Now, sometimes we'll canter them around in here if it's a canter lesson, stuff like that, but we try to mix it up. See? So he just, you know, bumping there. See that, and the halter going up and down on the sides of his muzzle there. That's one of the cues. And they have hairs and stuff there. They're very sensitive. Now, sometimes when their voice is really loud in their head and they're frightened or want to get back to their herd mates or the barn or something like that, a lot of stuff can go out the window, but it doesn't mean that they've forgotten it. It just means that they need more balance and more exposure to stuff like that. See how he's got his left leg out, opening that door? It's kind of like, I describe it as if you had a bar of soap on a counter, and on a wet counter, and you put pressure on the one side, it would scoot that way. And if you put pressure on the other side, it would scoot that way, you know. So he's opening the door. Now he's opening the door with his right leg. And see, now the horse, see Lightning still, he's ignoring it. He thinks, oh, we're supposed to go to the left, but he's actually supposed to go, he's cueing him to go to the right. And so he's not totally getting it yet, you know what I mean? He's still sorting it out. But he's out of my mare, Lightning True Love, who is a Stormy Lightning mare. And he's by my stallion, the Blue-Blooded Bandit. He's gonna be a beautiful horse, this guy. Look at it, his eyes are relaxed. See how his ears are pointed on Eric there? That's a good thing, see? And so now he's built it up to a few steps, see? And it's not perfect yet. We're not trying to get perfection. We're just trying to get understanding and a place to start. Yeah, it's a waiting game. I like how his ears are on you, man. He's really paying attention. This guy's got a little bit more whoa than go, too. Although when you get them out, you never know. They can pick it up, you know, when they get a little bit anxious or something. See, now he's picking up that rein to get his hind end up. That's the cue to. You see how he's just kind of waiting? You see how he didn't really accelerate it really quickly? That's because this is a young horse that's learning. And so the idea is to be real patient with it and give him the time. Now, when he knows this and has it and understands it, then if he does that, he might speed go through the cues or skip some cues and go to something a little bit, more blatant to get them to respond or get him to respond. But in this stage, this is what we do. We just take our time, and they pick it up pretty quickly. I also think it's the breed. I think our breed is walking horses they're not very bronky. They really like people. They've got generally really good temperaments. I haven't gotten ones that are, ornery like Appaloosas are or something like that. Not very bronky, not at all. They're a saddle horse, a saddle breed, and they were chosen. It makes sense, you don't necessarily want horses that are going to launch you whenever they get tired of doing something, I think he's doing really well, don't you? Leave a comment in the comment section, subscribe to the video, and check out our website, walkinghorses.com, and his playlist. Again, he's Ed's White Lightning. That's Lightning and Eric out there. Thanks for watching. Should people subscribe? They should. Hey, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.